us out or we don't go home. That's why Cintas pays us. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be painful because a lot of folks that are part of the campaign now that love this and go to house, but all of a sudden now they're working for where'd this Charles Lawler guy come from? He was completely different when he was running for office. Yeah, you're right, because when I'm running for office, I'm talking to people to motivate them. Now that you're here and we're here, you're mine. You have work to do.
And there's no doubt about it. You're going to do it.
You have to. We have no choice. It's what we do. So we sit down in a room. I can see it right now. We all get in the office sometime between 5:30 and 6. We go and exercise together from 6 to 7. Because if you're not in good shape, your mind won't be mentally ready.
Right.
Then we come back together and we start working. They bring their first projections in by about 3:30 in the afternoon. Not good, go back. 6:30 at night. Not good, go back. Take an hour break. Call your wives. Back here at 8. We have a working dinner. Those types of things over 6, 8, 9 months to a year, I think we can build ourselves a state that business will be proud to come in. If you bust your backside on the front end, you'll reap the benefits on the tail end. I really believe that. And I don't think that our state government is any harder to run than a private business. No. In fact, I think we just have lazy people out there that want to go to receptions, drink wine, shake hands, kiss babies, and call it a day. Those days are over.
Try it.
Now, absolutely. Now, that may mean that I don't get elected after 4 years, but I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it's better for me in business. I would much rather have a reason. My daughters don't even want us to run for governor, so I'm not under the threat of, oh my goodness, I have to have a paycheck, because I'm not doing this for a paycheck. In fact, if we had our way, we wouldn't be doing this at all. And most folks in business that are already successful, that's how they became successful. Not off of public dollars. We just realize how much money there is out there if you're willing to wake up early and work long and put in the hard hours. You will reap the benefits if you're willing to sacrifice. Yes, sir. And Karen gets the last question. And I got. Oh no, she gets.
No.
Okay.
I got one. I got question and comment.
Yes.
I'm with you on the gun thing, so don't try and push that stuff on me.
all right, bro. Thank you.
What'd you think of the city jail and
That's a good question.
that crazy stuff? If you've had time to look at it.
Absolutely. And catch me on Fox 45 Monday between 7:15 and 7:30. I'll be talking about it this coming up Monday. AM. You gotta get up early.
I'm getting kids off to the bus.
I understand.
I got way earlier than that.
You tape it, T-Board or something. Direct that, I don't know.
You might be able to find it on Fox 45's website if they get it up.
It's real. To me, it's real simple. It's a corporate of corruption. It's a culture of corruption. This is not something that just happened overnight, and you cannot convince me that O'Malley just figured this thing out. We're talking about officers that have been impregnated by inmates as they snuck stuff in to a jail system, basically compromising all of our security, whether we know it or not. I can't stand it. In my opinion, it continues to speak to the inconsistencies of leadership at the highest level in a culture of corruption that is beginning to become exposed. Check this out. At the end of his term, they could have exposed this at the beginning. They purposely waited, but I don't think this just came yesterday. I think it's a bigger problem.
Merry Christmas.
Something's got absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Expose him until the end of his term.
Absolutely. You get the last one.
I just want.
Then I got closing comments.
Yeah, I just want you to touch on the Hatch Act and why, and the fact that you are running.
I'm going there. Absolutely. We started out so my closing comments. I know y'all want to go home and watch something on TV. And I didn't get ready to go to work in the morning, Barbara. By the way, Barbara, Air Force, but what's most important, her husband is serving us from the contractual side of the house over in Afghanistan right now. Would y'all clap for him? We are. And her son may be joining the Air Force soon, but the Hatch Act will not allow for Roche and I to openly say right now we're campaigning. In fact, right now, I'm not campaigning. I'm speaking to you about a vision that I would believe Maryland would succeed from if I decide to run and if you so are inclined to elect me as your governor. The truth of the matter is we're 99.9% sure we're going to run for governor. So if you give her a check for $5,000 today, which I know you all attempted to do, please know it's going to be spent the right way, and I won't see a penny of it until I actually announce. We're planning our bus tour for the announcement. We're planning so many things. We have regional directors out there, a couple of which are in the house here tonight. We are propelled and getting ourselves ready for what we believe is going to be one of the hardest runs that I've seen. Now, I've been in a couple of hard runs before. I ran for Congress back in 2010 against Steny Hoyer, and actually didn't do too bad. Out of 5 counties, we won 3 of them, to include winning the county that he lived in St. Mary's County. In fact, for the first time in St. Mary's history, we flipped that county from Democrat to Republican.
Amen.
It was wonderful. I had a great team there, and I tell you what, as good as that team was, they were even a better team for this one, and we're starting early. We have a 16-month head start. So come July, after our 4th of July picnic, which every single person here is invited to, I want to see you bring the girls out, hop in the water, eat some hot dogs and hamburgers, especially my daughters, it's on me. We're going to have, right after that picnic's over, we're going to be making our announcement, and we're going to begin an enduring process of me and this lady continuing to travel the state of Maryland and doing all we can to promote what this vision of Maryland looks like. So the Hatch Act is the only thing that stops me. I am a Pentagon Marine Corps officer. I work directly for the Joint Chiefs. I just left there today. I'm going back there tomorrow morning. My job, I'm responsible for all things Marine Corps internationally, and the Joint Chiefs, the way it's set up, they have various military offices or centers. I'm in the Marine Corps side as a Marine, and we have to report to them every day what is exactly going on in the Marine Corps, equity in the Marine Corps, and where our folks at. We've got about 22,000 Marines deployed currently in different outfits, theater, security, control, exercises. I would bore you to go down that road, so I'm not going to go down there. I enjoy what I do. I came back from Saudi Arabia, where I was for a year, about a year and a half ago, training military friendly Arabs and unclassified intelligence on behalf of Central Command. Before that, I was with the Pentagon on the intelligence side as intelligence officer. Before that, I was with Force Civil Affairs Group, but I was in the reserves during that time as a business guy running Cintas Corporation in Landover. So once the Hatch Act is taken care of, which it will once I step off of orders, then I'll be full-time in the swing of things. So you all can tell your friends, we met a really nice guy with a wonderful, loud, obnoxious wife that's looking to run for governor. Get behind him sooner than later. Let me close with this. There's a question of leadership that I expect every single conservative and Democrat in this room, because we're blessed to have Democrats and conservatives here, Democrats and Republicans here. That's a good thing. We like that. We like that a lot. There's a question of leadership that at the end of the day, I believe that most Marylanders will have an easy time picking when they get inside that booth, because there'll be a lot of people that are going to be looking to run, whether they're current congressmen, whether they're current county executives, whether they're current officials that ran for office or that are currently in office. When you make a stand for Charles Lawler and for this team, please keep in mind that you're making a stand for the most, and I say this without hesitation, not as a boastful point, but as a matter of fact, the most experienced in leadership of any other candidate that's running for this post. I've spent 16 years in business. I've spent 17 years as a Marine officer. I've started 2 businesses on my own. The last bit that are still in place currently, they're both nonprofit businesses. And the business that I ran for 7 years, Cintas Corporation, had a $23 million budget with 112 frontline employees, and 12 frontline managers and supervisors that answered directly to me. And I've also led some of the most stubborn people on earth, the United States Marines, in combat. So don't ever second guess that you're not electing a leader. And don't let anybody tell you he doesn't have experience. Even as an elected official for 4 years on the political side, as the chairman of the Charles County Republican Central Committee. Well, you know what, Charles? You don't have 12, 14, 16 years of political experience. In my opinion, that's a plus. That's not a negative.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're looking at the field of play, it's more than just someone that you may believe can articulate himself well. It's way more than that. Because we have enough people that can speak well.
That's right.
This is about results. About someone at the end of the day can look at a balance sheet, get it balanced, and secure a profit. I ran 16.5% or higher profit for 6 years in a location that struggled to meet 4 to 6% profit margins. We can turn a profit in Maryland. We can get people working in the state again. We can build partnerships with businessmen and women because we speak the same language and get them here. So don't ever doubt that for any second. We have everything and every ingredient that it would take to build a successful campaign and to win this thing for governor for Maryland. And in my opinion, change history for a long time to come. And the kind of history I'm talking about is winning traditional Democratic voters over to the conservative light side.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, think about it this way. You're getting behind, because I already can tell you're going to get behind me, and I thank you all so much for it. You're getting behind the only candidate in the Republican primary that can win a general election.
Yep.
And I mean that sincerely. I mean that sincerely. Not as a brag point, but as a point of fact. Maryland doesn't need the same old, same old. How do you define insanity? I'm not talking about Sean T. Sandy is doing the same thing and expecting different results. You can't keep doing that. And when it comes to morality issues and ethical issues, you don't have to worry about finding things in my closet. I'm a boring guy. Anyone that can work at the Pentagon for the past 3.5, 4 years under a TSSCI clearance, you know, anybody that speaks military language or knows military history that already have a TSSCI clearance, they do investigations on you all the way back to 3rd grade. I have nothing there. I'm boring. And I say this all the time. It's not meant to be a joke, but those 4 girls are ours. Not meant to be a joke. It's a serious comment. She's the only one I've been married to. That is right? If we've been married, that was meant to be a joke. And we've been married for 20 years this year, and I've known her for 23 years. I'm a boring guy. My parents have been married for almost 50 years come November. They're great folks down from Georgia. They'll be up toward the middle, toward the end of the year. I'm a very boring guy. You don't have to worry about investing in this campaign and think you're going to get something different, because you're not. In fact, if you keep hearing these speeches over and over again, you'll get bored with them.
That's actually not true.
Thank you so much.
I agree.
So the point I'm making there in my closure is I need your help. I need your every single. I cannot concede or give up any person in this room. From the bottom of my heart and from my Roche's heart, we absolutely need your help, and not just financial help. We need your volunteer help. We need your phone calls. We need your social help. We need you to host one of these in your home and invite 10 of your friends. And we'll travel. We'll make amendments to it. We need your help.
By the way, your calendar's already full.
We need your help. We need your help. So thank you for spending your time with me. I know it's valuable because you didn't have to be here. And I really do appreciate you all spending your time with me. And we're going to hang around a little bit longer for you, of course, so if you want anything. And of course, Scarlett made a bunch of food. You didn't put a dent in it yet. And then in about 15 or 20 minutes or so, I've got to get her back across town because I have to go to work in the morning. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have the inevitable question,
Yes, sir.
if and when you're the Republican nominee, what do you bring to the ticket other than the color of your skin?
Oh, I love
How are you going to address the Baltimore Sun when they throw that charge at you?
it. Are you kidding me? I love that question because we'll start with business. We'll work our way into military. We'll talk about the experience we have to lead this state, and we'll contrast it to the current leadership that we have that has no business experience whatsoever. We'll contrast that with the eternal debt that exists right now at 27% every year.
But you're not going to be running against O'Malley. You're
Exactly, but we're running against administration and a state's attorney that has zero business experience whatsoever. It makes it that much easier. The contrast is going to be, it's going to work out so well. I just don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because whether Democrat or Republican, you won't find anyone more vested in business that understands the plan and where we need to go to get business back in the state. At 7.5, 8, almost 8% unemployment, it's exactly what we need. I'm ready for that question. All right. Thank you guys so much. Yes, yes.